Have you ever spent hours creating a quiz only for users to bounce faster than you can say next question? Or maybe you're worried that your quiz is kind of boring? Don't worry, I've been behind the scenes of hundreds of apps. I've made all the mistakes so you don't have to. And today I'm going to share with you how to avoid the most common blunders that kill quiz engagement and sabotage your results. Before we dive in, stop what you're doing and check out the link in the description. You can go to ratio.dev and grab free access to our no-code resource center. It's chock full of how-to videos, vetted plugins, our podcast episodes, great books, and a whole bunch of more awesome stuff to really get you going on your journey with Bubble development. We update it every week. It's always getting better. Go check that out. Grab access now and let's jump in and turn your quiz from snooze fest to showstopper. Here's exactly what we're going to cover in this video. First of all, the number one design mistake that bores users to death and how to flip it. Why focusing on your goals wrecks quiz performance. How to inject personality for addictive engagement. The secret to delivering wow moments with your results. Think dynamic certificates, AI analysis, PDF reports, stuff that your users really want. And the hidden trap of cookie cutter quiz builders. Grab your notebook. This is what I wish every quiz developer would learn in week one. All right, mistake number one is building your quiz around what you want, not what your user is looking for. Let's face it, if you're designing only for your business, for your lead gen, for your KPIs, your users will smell that a mile away and they'll bounce and they're gone. So instead, obsess over the value your quiz delivers to the user. Remember, they're doing most of the hard work. They're answering the questions. And if they don't get rewarded and if they're not engaged in the process, then they're not going to finish, they're not going to come back, and you're not going to cause a great impression on them. Let me tell you a story. I've seen founders spend weeks tweaking funnels and zero time thinking about their user's journey. They want to figure out if this color of a button converts better or if this headline is more enticing, and all that's great. And I'm not saying you shouldn't optimize your design. If you build for value for your user, they'll forgive a lot of those other mistakes because it's what's in it for them. And your metrics will show the results for that. Personality is your superpower. So this is the second big mistake. Nobody wants to take a quiz that was created by a robot. They're not looking for answering some questions that you pulled out of ChatGPT and you stuck into a cheap-ass quiz builder. They're going to know. They're going to feel it. It's not going to be there. So are you clever? Are you sarcastic? Are you outspoken? Let that come through. Seriously, your quiz is not an IRS tax form. So don't settle for that cringy sort of default text. Put some humor in it. Put some spice in there. I'm going to throw in an F-bomb if you have to. Whatever feels more like you. And some people say, yeah, but I'm in a really stuffy, boring industry. All the better. Go for it. I mean, unless you have your pockets full of cash that you just want to throw at Google and say, take my money and send me traffic, you have to substitute ingenuity, creativity for budget. And the best way to do that is to make the experience something that you would enjoy doing. So in a world of forgettable quizzes, personality is by far your unfair advantage. It is what will set you apart. So don't shortchange your audience by playing it safe. Go for it. And if you don't believe me, do two quizzes. One, correct, professional, serious. And the other, lighthearted, a little bit sassy, and more fun. And A/B test them on cold traffic, and you'll see I'm right, you're wrong. That's what I would recommend. And especially take a look at your first 3 questions. Those first 3 questions are what are going to get the momentum going in your quiz. I'll tell you a secret. Every time they answer a question, they're closer to finishing the quiz. Now that sounds obvious, but the reality is those are micro commitments. They're getting more invested in the process. And the farther down the road they go, the less likely they are to abandon. Those first questions are really important. Really study them, really make them the best questions in the quiz, because that will get that momentum going, that inertia, so that they'll be finishing. Mistake number 3 is poorly packaging the value. Here's where 99% of quizzes drop the ball. You ask for 10 minutes of your user's time, and then you give them a generic, thanks for playing, you're in the ABC group, or you're in the 1, 2, 3 group. Here's some boilerplate text for that group. I'm done. Goodbye. I hope you had a great time. And by the way, I got all your data. I know who you are. I've got your email. I've got your answers. I've got you caught. Now you're mine. Well, wrong. That now they've just been pissed off by having wasted time on your boring ass quiz. So don't do that. Really think about what you're giving the person for taking that effort, that time to do the quiz, and make it special. Make it something they weren't expecting. Give them a funny meme where they have to take their picture and then stick their face into a meme that they can share. Make a dynamic image with a diploma saying, Jim just finished the badass quiz at ratio.dev. Whatever it is, make a really in-depth PDF report that actually references the answers that they gave and really stands out. Those are the kinds of things that will make people say, this quiz was worth my time. And guess what? Not only will they have finished the quiz, and not only will you have achieved your goal of getting all those answers, but they'll leave happy. That's the big difference. And if they don't leave happy, you're screwed, regardless of how many leads you've gotten and how much data you have. And I can't tell you how many users have stuck with a product or a brand simply because they felt the result was personalized and it was for them. This is huge goodwill towards your brand. This is the sort of thing that makes a real difference. And now the last big mistake, number 4. I want to be upfront with you. I have a vested interest in the answer to this mistake, but I think in the end you'll see I'm right. You really need to not use one of these generic quiz building tools. Look, the reason that they are designed for the common denominator. I'm a math guy. The part on the bottom of the fraction is the denominator. And they just go to the lowest common denominator. So it's just a generic, by definition, tool. That means it's not going to be branded with your look and feel. That means it's not going to let you do all those special things that you really need to do to up your game. It means you're not going to be able to fine-tune every friction point in the process so that it really flows and feels like it comes from a company that really cares. And sure, the answer to this question that I say is to build your quiz with Bubble for yourself. And you can contact us and we can do it. We have a framework that will get you 85% of the way down the road, just like that. And then we'll help you build that extra 15, 20% that really will make you stand out. And it will cost you more than just paying a $50 a month sort of mediocre quiz building tool. I'm not going to hide that from you. It's a bit more of an investment, but the difference that you can avoid all those mistakes that I was talking to you at the beginning, and you can craft something that really is you. It has your insight behind it. And that makes the whole world of difference. And that's what sets apart mediocre, boring, lousy quizzes from true experiences that not only serve your users well, but create that goodwill. And by the way, generate leads, generate interest in what you have to say. I've been building quizzes for clients who tripled their qualified leads in 90 days. I've seen opt-ins jump 5 times overnight just by fixing these mistakes I've been telling you about. by really personalizing the results, by always building for the user and letting your personality shine. And if you do this and you forget all those generic quiz building tools and you really up your game, you're going to see the results. But listen, everything I shared today is just the start. If you really want to build apps or quizzes that get results, you need to stay up to date. You need to know what plugins to use. You need to check out the best practices. And all of that is for free in our no-code resource center. So once again, the link's down below. Your name and email, that's all it's going to cost you, nothing else. Be on the lookout for the weekly updates, really important. And hopefully you've captured some really high value from this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. I appreciate you listening, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.